Good morning, students. So let's start with today's lecture. So as you can see on the whiteboard, we are having this is basically the third lecture on PDF problems. So let's start with the problem which I had given you yesterday as a homework. I guess you would be able to solve it now. This is the problem in front of you. L is nothing but a raised to n, BCD raised to n, where n should be more than equal to 1. Now you only tell me what should be the logic for solving such a problem. I guess it's a straightforward logic. Please kindly give me your answers. A raised to n, BCD raised to n. For each a push 1x, okay. Then what next? For all BCD pop 1x, okay. So basically it's very simple, straightforward logic here. For each a push 1x, and once we complete BCD, we need to pop that 1x which is present on top of the stack. Right? Am I clear? So basically for the first B, we need to change our state. For the C, we need to change our state. And as soon as we reach D, we need to pop. Okay. So करेंगे कैसे अभी solve इसको? Okay, I'm writing it over here. N B C D raised to n. Right? Where n should be more than equal to 1. This is a question. Okay. So the logic is somewhat like this. Let me write it down. For each A, push X. For B, C, D, pop X. That is, once you form BCD, then you need to pop it. Okay. ये किया है हमने similar question yesterday. Okay, so let's start with the implementation. I'm straight away jumping with the implementation. Okay, so I'm starting with Q0. Q0 on the first input A. Obviously, the stack is empty, so the top will be R. It will produce somewhat like this, XR, right? Because we are pushing something on top of the stack. Similarly, the second A or the series of A's which are going to follow, those will be on top of X. So it will be nothing but Q0, XX. Till the other people join in, I'm just revising this problem. Okay, that's why I'm starting with yesterday's homework problem. So this will be basically a loop. Similarly, next up, now I'm going to start with B. Okay, so I have read all the values of A. Now I should start accepting the B. First value of B on top of X, I know that I can't accept it. I simply need to change my state. Similarly, now in Q1, the next value should be C. The top will remain same, that is X. And now I should make a transition to Q2 without any change in the stack. Similarly, in Q2, if I encounter a D on top of X, now you only tell me what is the state I should move to. Kindly give me your answers. What should be the state I should move to? Q3 क्यों नहीं? Because there are still some values of B left, right? Because ये तो पहला BCD complete हुआ. Now in the same fashion, we are having more number of BCDs, or to be precise, n number of BCDs left. So to read the next B, you only tell me which is the state from where we are reading B. It is simply Q0. So that is why we need to make a transition back to Q0, and hence this will be a loop. Okay, so this is going to be a loop which will go on till n number of times, and once after I have read all the values of BCD, now I know that the stack is empty. घूम फिर के अभी machine मेरा Q0 पे ही है because this is the last state the machine has entered. So I will go to Q0. The inputs are finished, so it will be empty. Top will remain R, and finally, I know that we need to go to the final state, something like this. Ayush, कल का last homework वाला question ही I am repeating. That's why I know that people have the tendency of joining late. That's why I have started with the homework question only. Okay, so just have a look. Homework वाला सभी है. The question is a raised to n and bcd raised to n. The logic is very simple, as we know that for each a we need to push one x, and for each term whenever it completes, whenever bcd gets completed, then only we need to pop it. So the question is very simple. Again, have a look at the implementation. It is whenever we encounter the a on top of r, we need to push x. We need to loop it n number of times over here. Then the first b term is ignored. The first c term is ignored. Once we reach the d term, we have to pop it from the stack. Pop the x from the stack basically. So this is what happens, and it will keep on looping n number of times. And at the end, from Q0 state, if the input is empty and the top is R, we will straight away jump to the final state. Am I clear? Is this problem clear with you? Do let me know. Others who have joined late, I have actually explained it once again, but still, if you want me to explain it again, you can ask me if you want. I guess this question is simple. Let's take an example for you to see how actually this should be solved, because कल कुछ doubt था how to write the example, so let me write it. Let me consider n equal to 2 just to simplify the things. So if n equal to 2, then simulation is somewhat like this: two terms of a and two terms of bcd. So it will look like this. गलती से भी ऐसे मत लिखना आप लोग, फिर wrong हो जाएगा. It is not abcd and abcd, okay? This is incorrect. Why? Because it is a k terms एक साथ, then b k terms. It is a raised to n, that is a raised to 2. So first of all the a terms will be written together and all the bcd terms will be written together. So this is the common mistake people end up doing. Kindly avoid that. Okay. So let's start with this problem, with this example. I am in Q0. I know what is going to be the answer, but still you have to write it as a simulation. Now we know that we have encountered the first A, so it should be pushed. It will be something like this, XR. Again, one more A is there, so push it. It will become BCD, BCD, and it is nothing but XXR. So those who have joined late can follow me from here. Okay. Similarly, on Q0, BCD, we know that there is a change of state over here. It will be CD, BCD, no change in the stack. Similarly, this will be Q2 and no change in the stack. Over here, the change will take place. So it will again go back to Q0. It is BCD. One X will be popped from the stack, and this entire thing will keep on going. Ultimately, we will reach somewhat like this. जब पूरा empty हो जाएगा stack आपका, and then we will go to the final state, somewhat like this. So it will be nothing but QF comma epsilon comma R, and here we will stop. Am I clear? This is how you need to solve the examples. बस वही एक ध्यान देना कि क्वेश्चन को प्रॉपरली इंटरप्रेट करो आप. इट इज नॉट एबीसीडी एबीसीडी. इट इज ए का कंप्लीट टर्म्स एक साथ, देन बीसीडी के कंप्लीट टर्म्स एक साथ. Am I clear now? Kindly let me know. Okay. Is my voice audible or is it cracking in between? It's fine. Okay. Chalo, so based on the similar logic, I am giving you one more practice problem. Similar logic ही है, just practice के लिए दे रहा हूँ मैं, just to improve your speed. It is AB raised to n and CDEF raised to n. Similar logic है, just you need to make some modifications to it. It is AB raised to n and CDEF raised to n. Only the transition function is enough. उतना बना दोगे तो भी चलेगा, because you know how to construct the examples, how to draw the diagrams, etc. So it is AB का whole term raised to n and CDEF का whole term raised to n. Correct. For AB push x, for CDEF pop x. So basically when B comes, we need to push the x. Right? So A होगा तो उसको bypass करेंगे. same logic. Whenever we encounter an A, I'm writing it over here. We need to bypass it, जैसे हम लोग अब तक करते आए हैं. Okay. It is somewhat like this: Q0A on top of R. We will simply change our state and we will go to Q1 comma X, Q1 comma R, because we are not pushing anything, right? अभी Q1 पे B आएगा तो हम लोग push करेंगे. It will be something like this, and I need to go back to Q0. Am I correct? I need to go back to Q0, right? If I'm not wrong. Now एक और transition आपको add करना पड़ेगा. The transition will be somewhat like this: Q0A on top of X this time, because we have added one X. So it will be Q1 comma X, and next up it is Q1 comma B on top of X. Again it will go back to Q0, and this particular transition will be looped, if I am not wrong. Kindly have a look and tell me if it is correct or not. Initially the stack will be empty, so whenever the first A comes, we need to change our state from Q0 to Q1 without pushing anything. On that particular Q1 state, whenever B is encountered, you need to push one X on top of R. So that is what we have done over here. But as we know that there are multiple terms of AB, n number of terms to be precise, so we need to have a loop. That is what we have done. From Q0, this time on top there is X. So again the same thing will be repeated, but this time you have to keep on changing the stack symbol also. You have to keep that in mind also. So it will be Q0A on top of X instead of R. Everything else remains same. This X will remain same only because we are not pushing anything. It's going to remain same. But over here, Q1B comma X, there we are again going back to Q0 and pushing one X. So it's simple. We have done it so far. Okay. इतना तो समझा. Now from Q0, we are expecting one C. C, D, E, F है ना? So let me complete this transition for you. So it is Q0 only because last state कौन सा है? Q0. So वहां से start करेंगे. So it becomes Q0C on top of X. Top पे तो X ही रहेगा. I know that we don't want to change anything, so we just will have to change the state. Which state I should select now? I should select Q2 because Q1 तक हम लोग जा चुके हैं. So it will remain something like this. Similarly, Q2 पे अगर D आएगा, again the same thing. I will bypass it. It will go back to Q3 comma X. Next up, Q3 comma E पे X आएगा, so it will be again bypassed. So basically, it's repetitive. Only whenever F comes, we need to pop it, right? So Q4 पे जब भी F आएगा on top of X, we need to go back to, you know now which state I should go back to. I should go back to Q0 again because from Q0 only I am accepting C, right? So I will go back to Q0 with a pop operation, and this entire thing will be looped. Here. And finally, एक ही symbol बचता है, एक ही state बचता है, that is Q0 epsilon on top of R will lead me to QF comma R. Is it simple now? I guess PDA आपको simple लग रहा होगा as compared to the previous topic. Just let me know, because it's purely logical and few of the things are repetitive. Okay, so इसलिए I had taken a lot. Actually, I had taken a long time in the previous lectures just to clear your fundamentals, ताकि आगे के जो topics है वो आपको simple लगे. PDA and Turing machines are the most complex topics of TCS, but it is purely logical. So if you have a thorough fundamentals आपके clear है, तो you can easily understand those topics. Okay. So am I clear with this? I guess only the implementation part is enough. If you want me, I can draw the diagrams also, but I guess that is time consuming. And we have already seen how to construct diagrams and examples, right? So we have done so far with, we have done these problems first and second. Those who had joined early might have noticed that I have added this one particular problem. Okay, because I want you to understand these sort of problems also. Question number 3. It was not actually present on my whiteboard, but I found it interesting, so I have put it inside it. So just have a look. PDA, approximately 20 to 25 marks may be asked from PDA. Same goes with Turing machine. So सबसे weighted ज़्यादा PDA and Turing machines का ही है, and after that grammars. I'm saying after adding all those option वाले marks also. Options मिला कि 25 तक marks आते हैं out of PDA and Turing machines. Okay, so just have a look. Question number 3. You only tell me now what we should do with these set of problems. Sorry, एक mistake किया मैंने. This is m. The first value is m. 0 raised to m, 1 raised to n, followed by 0 raised to m plus n. So just have a look at this problem and tell me how to proceed. बहुत सिंपल है, बहुत स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड है, बट स्टिल थोड़ा सोचना पड़ेगा. Come on, सोचो और मुझे बताओ how to proceed. Question number 3. 0 raised to m, 1 raised to n, followed by 0 raised to m plus n. जब भी ऐसा क्वेश्चन आएगा दिमाग में एक नंबर लेके चलो एंड ट्राई टू यूज दैट नंबर एज एन एग्जांपल. फॉर एग्जांपल m और n का वैल्यूज ले लो. m फॉर एग्जांपल 3 ले लो, n फॉर एग्जांपल 2 ले लो. देन द string gets completed like this. 3 बार 0, 2 बार 1, followed by 5 बार 0. Am I correct? तो जब भी ऐसा प्रॉब्लम आएगा, put some imaginary values of m and n and create a string. Then try to use that string as an example and create a logic. कैसे करोगे? Come on, quick. बहुत सिंपल है, सोचो. For every 0 after 1 pop. हाँ, वो तो है ही ना. देखो बेसिकली क्या है, इफ यू रिमेंबर द स्टैक शुड बी एम्प्टी, राइट? तो टोटल कितने स्ट्रिंग्स है यहाँ पे? टोटल 10 स्ट्रिंग्स आर देयर. इनिशियली 5 पे पुश करना है, बाद की 5 पॉप करना है. सिंपल लॉजिक, दैट तो वी नो ना. So what we need to do is, over here we don't need any different symbol. We don't need x for 0, y for 1. Do we need it? We don't need. Why so? You only tell me. Because यहाँ पे ध्यान दो, our main aim is to keep the stack empty after the entire operation. So as you can see, there is one middle point over here, right? So what we can do is, till this middle point we can keep on pushing, and once we have reached that middle point we can start popping. So as you can see, 5 x's were pushed and 5 x's were popped. Am I clear? So the logic is very simple. क्या करना है? For each 0 push x, for each 1 push x, and after that pop whatever is present on top. Am I clear? मैंने बोला था लॉजिक बहुत सिंपल है, थोड़ा दिमाग लगाओ. करेक्ट. आफ्टर the ones are red, you need to start popping. Consecutive तो आएगा ही नहीं, because it is basically a set of zeros and ones. After you have finished all the ones, whatever is there on the input tape, if you are having a stack, if you are having anything on the stack, you need to remove it. बहुत simple है, because first of all 0 आएगा, accept those zeros, push x on the stack. उसके बाद 1 आएगा, push x on the stack. Now we know that we have read all the zeros, we have read all the ones. After reading all the ones, जो भी आएगा आपको input, for that correspondingly pop the element from the stack. Am I clear now? Very simple. That you have to decide. अभी देखते हैं आपका transition function कैसे बनेगा. Yes, we will see what are the various changes in the transition functions. For the first 0, that is जो पहला 0 आएगा, we won't be changing our state. Okay. जैसे 1 आएगा हमें change करना पड़ेगा, just to show that the symbols have changed. Nothing else. Am I clear now? For yeah, Ayush has given for 0 push x, for 1 push x, for 0 after 1 pop x. Correct. So we need to follow this logic. Let me solve it. Question number 3, solution over here. I will write the question once again. It is 0 raised to m, 1 raised to n, followed followed by 0 raised to m plus n, where m comma n is more than equal to 1. Okay. So logic is already being shared with you by Ayush. Okay. So for I'm writing it once again. For each 0, push x. For each 1, sorry, again push x. For each 0 after 1, pop x. Correct? Now let's see how the transition function looks like. Initially, we are in state q0. Pehla symbol 0 aaya on top of r. We know that according to our logic, we need to push x onto the stack. So it looks like this. Again, we know that there are m number of zeros. So we need to loop it. यहाँ तक clear है? Very basic thing. Once we have read all the zeros, we are expecting a 1 on the input tape. So it will be q0, 1 on top of x. Now we know that as the symbols are different, we need to change our state just to differentiate between the symbol 0 and symbol 1. That is why I will go to q1 and push one more x on the stack. And this entire thing is going to be repeated. It will be like q1 comma 1 on top of x. It will remain in q1 only. Any doubt so far? I am not going to q0. Why? Unlike your previous problems, there was a pattern. एक ब्रैकेट था, ब्रैकेट कंप्लीट करने के लिए हम लोग पीछे वाले स्टेट पे जाते थे और एक्सेप्ट करते थे. बट इन दिस केस, कैन एनीवन टेल मी आई एम इन Q1 only? Why not Q0? I'm just clearing your doubts, if any. Is this transition function clear? Because 0 and 1 are independent of each other. करेक्ट, हम लोग सेम सिंबल होता था तो उधर ही रहते हैं, राइट? So because zeros and ones are independent of each other, we know that Q0 is a state which is accepting zeros and Q1 is a state which is accepting 1. That is why we are not going back to Q0. This is the simplest definition, simplest reason. Q0 is the state which is accepting 0 and Q1 is the state which is accepting 1. As we have already encountered and read all the zeros, so we don't need to go back to Q0. That is why we are staying back at Q1 only. Is it clear now? Abhi Q1 pe 0 aayega, so we will start the popping operation, right? So it will look something like this. Q1 comma 0 on top of x. I will now go to Q2. It is straightforward, very simple logic. Similarly, for the remaining zeros, the machine will remain in Q2 only, and it will keep on popping. Actually, देखा जाए तो this is a linear sort of progression where I'm reading one input, changing the state, reading another input, changing the state, and so on. Am I clear? बहुत ही linear, straightforward logic है. So after reading all these zeros, after popping everything, if the tape is empty, if it is pointing to the stack top element, that is R, initial element, I will go to QF, comma, right? Is it clear now? Any confusions with this particular question? Do let me know. It is the most straightforward problem in PDA. एक सेट आया, एक्सेप्ट करो, चेंज स्टेट. दूसरा सेट आया, एक्सेप्ट इट, चेंज स्टेट, एंड देन स्टार्ट पॉपिंग. Right? This is how you need to first of all think of a logic and then apply it in real practice. Okay. So if you want, you can take a screenshot, or else I will move ahead with the next problem. Okay. So yeah. But can we even stay in state Q1 as there is only binary decision? If 1 comes, we push 0, we push, and if 0, we pop. See, basically, yes, what is happening? There are two different symbols, na? 0 hai or 1 hai. So for 0, we need a separate state. For 1, we need a separate state so that the machine doesn't get confused. Because abhi dekho, abhi kya ho raha hai? We are reading 0, then 1, and again 0. So if we remain in the same state, there might be an ambiguity कि मुझे push करना है या pop करना है. Because as you know that Q0 is used for pushing zeros and Q1 is used for pushing 1. Okay. So there has to be a separate distinction between pushing and popping operation. That's why we are adding extra states. Am I clear? Okay. Whenever such a thing happens now, it's always better to have different states, separate states, just to avoid any confusion, because you only try if you are able to solve the problem with Q1 by solving a simulation based on it, then kindly let us know. If simulation is happening properly, then we'll think of such logic also. But I guess there might be confusions. आपके पास ambiguity होगा कौन से स्टेट में जाना चाहिए. Okay, if you are able to do it, well and good. Kindly let us know. Next lecture में discuss करेंगे. Okay. For the time being, let's stick with this particular logic that we are having in hand. Okay. So let's focus on the fourth problem. Now this is slightly different. Fourth one is all about to check the well-formedness of a parenthesis. Now what do you mean by a well-formed parenthesis? Any idea? Okay, let me answer Pratik's question. Why did we go to Q0 in the previous problem? Okay, Pratik, एक second. If you remember, I had told you that there are two possible ways of accepting a string. If you remember, यही था ना? If you remember, there are two possible ways of accepting a string. First one is by final state, and the second one is by null stack. If you remember. Now let me get back to your question. Why did we go to Q0 in the previous problem in final state? अच्छा पिछला question है कि ये वाला? What are you asking? This particular question or the previous one? I'm not going to Q0 in this problem. Come on, quickly ask me what is your exact doubt. We're talking about problem number 3 or problem number 2. I guess you are asking about problem number 2. Yeah. क्वेश्चन क्या था वो समझो पहले. क्वेश्चन इज ऑल अबाउट अ पैटर्न. सी डी ई एफ पैटर्न बन रहा है ना. तो सी डी ई एफ कौन से पैटर्न पे बनेगा, कौन से स्टेट पे बनेगा? सी डी ई एफ. एफ के बाद वापस वी नीड टू गो टू द स्टेट विच इज एक्सेप्टिंग सी, राइट? सो विच इज द स्टेट विच इज एक्सेप्टिंग सी? इट इज Q0. हैव अ लुक ओवर हियर. Correct. So we need the input to be accepted, and we need to have a look at that state which is accepting that particular input. C is being accepted from Q0. That is why it is a complete loop, and we need to go back to Q0. So that n number of C's है ना, एक C की तो बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ. It is C, D, E, F. जितने वैल्यूज है सब रीड करने पड़ेंगे. That's why it's a loop. I'm going back to Q0. समझा? Okay, so now let's get back to this question number 4, that is PDA to check well-formedness of parentheses. Yeah, well-formed parenthesis is basically a proper parenthesis, equal number of starting and closing brackets. So now two questions can be framed on this. It can be a simple question where, for 5 marks, where only round brackets are used, or it can be a question where a combination of round brackets and square brackets are used. Okay, so I am solving the latter one, which is expected for a 10 marks question. So let's start with such a problem. So question को समझो पहले. It is basically a problem in which you need to check whether the PDA is accepting well-formed parentheses or not. मतलब एक example लेके I will show you. Okay. Solution number 4. Let me take an example and then solve it. Okay, so now you only tell me it is well formed or not. आयुष तुम्हारा तो एग्जैक्टली समझ ही रहा है कि वो वेल फॉर्म्ड है, बट दे कैन बी एनी सीक्वेंस, उनका सीक्वेंस भी मैटर करता है, कैसे भी सीक्वेंस में हो इट शुड बी वेल फॉर्म। आपका वाला तो क्लियरली दिख ही रहा है कि इट इज वेल फॉर्म, नो इश्यूज विद दैट, इट्स प्रॉपर। बट इन दिस केस हैव अ लुक, well formed parenthesis can be like this also, where there are equal number of opening as well as equal number of closing brackets. Okay, so have a look. Is it well formed? I can say so because it is having two opening round brackets and two closing round brackets. Similarly, it is having two opening square brackets and two closing square brackets, right? So how will you solve this sort of a problem? Just think of it and let me know. Start कैसे करोगे and how will you solve it? Just imagine कि instead of A's or B's or 0 or 1, you are having these as your inputs. Same चीज ही है ना? Instead of A or B, you are having these as your inputs. So using this, apply the logic. Okay, I'm getting few answers. For each opening bracket, push 1x. Okay, that goes with the opening square bracket also. But in that case, it will be a y. Right? So basically आपको करना क्या है कि x and y two characters you have to use or two variables you need to use. Yeah, for the round brackets we can use x and for the square brackets we can use y. Now you know how to do it. Empty stack के ऊपर कैसे भी start हो सकता है. Basically this is something I have shown as an example. It can even start like this. This is also well formed, right? So what you need to consider is आपने ऐसे क्वेश्चन पहले भी किए हैं. Your stack is empty. It can either start with 0, it can either start with 1. Similar logic over here. It can either start with a square bracket, it can either start with a round bracket. Yes, so let me read the answers. For each opening round bracket, push x, correct. Push y, correct. Simple है. Pop y, pop x. तो अभी कैसे करोगे आप ही सोचो ये. बट पॉपिंग कभी करेंगे. पॉपिंग हैज टू हैव अ लॉजिक. पॉपिंग का लॉजिक क्या होगा? ऐसे ही रैंडमली वी कांट पॉप. जैसे आप आयुष यू हैव रिटन फॉर ईच क्लोजिंग स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट पॉप वाई, बट दैट हैज टू बी ऑन टॉप ऑफ व्हाट? वो देखो पहले. दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट ना. वेल फॉर्म्ड कब पता चलेगा? जब एक ओपनिंग के लिए करस्पॉन्डिंग क्लोजिंग मिलेगा. एम आई करेक्ट? I can decide whether it is well formed or not if I come to know that for each opening bracket there is a closing bracket available, right? So the popping condition is very crucial in this. Pushing तो बहुत simple है, जो भी आया push कर दो. Popping is useful. Popping is critical. कैसे करोगे सोचो. Take 2 minutes of your time, not more than that. Stack has to be empty, but there has to be a logic ना. Otherwise जितना push किया सब pop कर देगा. There has to be a logic. While popping, you need to check something. What is that checking? That is I'm asking you. What should we check? Stack has to be empty, but we have to apply this logic also ना कि it has to be well formed. And जितने opening है उतने ही corresponding closing होने चाहिए. So what has to be done is we can remove the closing brackets. Okay, we can remove the closing round brackets as well as square brackets only if, देखो अभी ध्यान से, if I'm removing this closing round bracket, then it has to be, then the top has to be an x. Am I clear? Yes or no? X क्या है? X corresponds to a opening bracket, right? So if x is there on top and we are having this closing bracket as the input, for example something like this, then only we can pop it. Am I correct? Or is there any slightest confusion? Kindly let me know. Similarly, the same thing goes for this. Is it clear or it needs an explanation? Do let me know, frankly. come on, leave your inputs. Is it clear? सोचो पहले ध्यान से क्या किया है मैंने एग्जैक्टली. आई एम राइटिंग इन शॉर्ट ओवर हियर. Okay, I'm explaining it once again. For each opening round bracket, I'm pushing x. For each opening square brackets, I'm pushing y. ठीक है. अभी वो स्टार्ट में हो एंड में हो वो हम लोग देखेंगे ट्रांजिशन में. सो दिस इज द कॉमन लॉजिक. सो बेसिकली अभी क्या हो रहा है while popping, what we need to do, we need to make sure that the parentheses are well formed. Well formed as in जितने opening है उतने closing होना चाहिए. It has to be like this. So while popping, what happens is if I'm encountering a closing bracket over here, I need to check whether the top is having an X or not. Why X? Because X corresponds to an opening bracket. So इससे क्या मुझे प्रूव होगा कि for this closing bracket there is an opening bracket on top. If I remove this, if I pop it, then automatically एक well formedness बन जाएगा. मतलब एक opening था and now I have encountered one closing bracket. If I pop the element from the stack, one set is removed. Am I clear? In the same fashion, if I encounter y on top, that is nothing but corresponding to an opening square bracket, and if I encounter an input as a closing bracket, I can then remove the topmost y. Yes or no? Then what happens? एक set इसका भी complete हो जाएगा. We are removing it. We have to do this for the entire process. And if at the end we are having just the empty stack left, then we can come to know that the parenthesis is well formed. Am I clear now? ट्रांजिशन फंक्शंस बनाएंगे और क्लियर हो जाएगा और इजी हो जाएगा. ओके, so if this is clear, if the logic is clear, I can move ahead with the transition function. Do let me know. Yes, Praful, it can be like that also. This example that you have shown, it could be like that also because it is again well formed. ऑर्डर मैटर नहीं करता है, क्लोजिंग ओपनिंग कैसे भी हो सकता है. बट द थिंग इज it should start with opening brackets. Starting, let me show you once. Just give me 2 minutes. Just give me 2 minutes. I'm getting a call. Okay, yeah, I'm back. So what I was discussing is we can have this sort of a structure also that you have given, Praful, but just make sure that opening brackets comes first. Yeah, it's almost similar to a raised to n, b raised to n, almost similar. But the thing is that brackets किधर भी हो सकते हैं. It's a combination of x as well as y. This example, Lilo Praful has given an example. So in that case, it is not exactly corresponding to a raised to n, b raised to n, but still it is getting accepted because it's a well-formed parenthesis, right? So let's see the transition functions and then it will be clear. So I'm going to start with like this. I'm going to consider the opening brackets first. That is the opening round brackets. I'm considering that it is the first value in the input tape. So for that, I'm pushing X as per the logic. Similarly, I can have multiple opening brackets following that also. So it would be something like this. XX. Right? Next up, I can think of this opening bracket, opening round bracket on top of Y. Now, what is this on top of Y, matlab? What do you mean by this? So basically, it is somewhat like this. Am I clear? देखो एक बार ध्यान से, मैंने लेफ्ट में आपका एग्जांपल भी सॉल्व किया है. So if I'm having something like this, that is a square bracket followed by a round opening bracket, then what it simply means is, as I have already discussed, that for every opening square bracket, I should have a y on the stack, right? So to address such a situation, I have added this transition. That is, it can be somewhat like this also, na? ऐसा हो सकता है ना? This is also well formed, right? Am I clear? Do let me know. मतलब कुछ भी हो, when I'm pushing, I will keep on pushing on top of whatever is present on the stack. It can be a loop, yeah, it can be a loop, but as the states are same, I have not shown a loop because you can see from Q0 you are going back to Q0 only. So it's more of a loop only. That's why I have not shown it. You can show it otherwise, no issues. But am I clear with this particular third step or not? That is important. Kindly clarify. Because the particular question can even start with a square bracket, it can even start with a round bracket. So that is why I have shown this particular third statement. So now let me show the entire same thing with the square brackets. So it would be Q0 y on top of r. Similarly, we know that this can be looped. This will be Q0 comma yy. And finally, something similar to the third transition above, it would be Q0 comma this on top of x, and that will be again Q0 comma yx. Am I clear? Have a look now at this particular example. जो example मैंने left side में लिखा था, I am again writing that. Take this and solve it. कैसे करेंगे? I am also drawing this stack. Initially the stack is empty. Okay, I am simulating this. अभी तक पूरा हुआ नहीं transition functions. I am just showing you the pushing operations. Popping पे बाद में जाएंगे. So just have a look. The stack is empty. The first symbol is an opening square bracket. So I need to follow this fourth transition function, right? Fourth में क्या बोला है? Q0 opening square bracket on top of R. So I know that I need to push Y on top of the stack. Am I clear? अभी क्या करेंगे? Now the pointer is pointing over here. Yes, I am in Q0 state. So Q0 opening round bracket on top of Y. That is why I have to include this transition also. Now is it clear? Kindly confirm. Don't stay quiet if you have not understood. Let me know. Just come on, give your inputs. Any doubts so far? Okay. Is it the doubt is like this? There was a square bracket initial opening square bracket, so I had pushed this y on top of the r. Now we have encountered this opening round bracket, so I know that for each round bracket I should push an x. That is why I have pushed this x on top of y. Am I not clear now? पहले y था, y के ऊपर I have pushed this x. अभी समझा कि नहीं? स्टैक पे हम लोग राइट साइड पे क्या लिखते हैं? राइट साइड पे वो लिखते हैं जो टॉप पे होता है, एंड लेफ्ट साइड पे वो लिखते हैं जो हम पुश कर रहे हैं. प्रतीक, इज इट क्लियर? श्रेयश, काइंडली कंफर्म. यस, ऑब्वियसली फॉर द फर्स्ट ओपनिंग ब्रैकेट स्क्वायर होगा तो y पुश करेंगे, अगर राउंड होगा तो x पुश करेंगे. सिंपल है. तो जो भी आपका स्टैक पे था, एज यू कैन सी ओवर हियर, अभी यहाँ पे y पे पॉइंट कर रहा है, मतलब ऑलरेडी देयर इज वन ओपनिंग स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट विच इज ऑलरेडी बीइंग पुश्ड. दैट इज द मोस्ट लॉजिकल पार्ट इन दिस क्वेश्चन. नथिंग एल्स इज लॉजिकल इन दिस. इतना ही एक थर्ड स्टेप जो दोनों में ऐड किया है वही क्रूशियल है, अदरवाइज कुछ भी इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है इस क्वेश्चन में. एज यू कैन सी द टॉप इज y. इट सिंपली मीन्स कि एक स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट ऑलरेडी पुश हो चुका है इसके पहले, दैट इज वाई टॉप पे अभी एक वाई है, राइट? सो उस वाई के ऊपर अगर एक राउंड ब्रैकेट ओपनिंग वाला आता है तो इट सिंपली मीन्स दैट वाई के ऊपर आई एम पुशिंग एन एक्स, दैट इज व्हाट बीइंग शोन ओवर हियर। क्लियर? सिमिलर कंसेप्ट नीचे, अभी नीचे क्या हो रहा है, इट माइट बी समथिंग लाइक दिस, ओपनिंग राउंड ब्रैकेट है, मतलब आपके स्टैक में ऑलरेडी देयर हैज टू बी एन एक्स, ऑन टॉप ऑफ दैट एक्स ओवर हियर आई एम पुशिंग वन वाई, इट सिंपली मीन्स आई एम पुशिंग वन ओपनिंग स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट। अभी क्लियर हुआ सबको? स्टैक है ना, तो लास्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट, तो जो सबसे ऊपर है वो हम लोग पहले लिखेंगे, देन उसके नीचे वाला जो स्टैक टॉप था एक्चुअली उसको लिखेंगे, दैट इज बाय वाई एक्स। क्लियर अभी? ओके, so these were your pushing operations. All these six are your pushing operations. Basically, we have covered all the possibilities. That's why यहाँ पे 6 के 6 possible transitions are there. Right? Now we can move ahead with your popping operations. अभी popping क्या होगा? Popping is very simple. You can write over there. ये clear कर लेना your notebooks. Okay. These all are your push operations. टोटल 6 पुश ऑपरेशंस होंगे एंड देयर विल बी 2 पॉप ऑपरेशंस। अभी पॉप कैसे करेंगे? पॉप तो और सिंपल है, मशीन हमारा Q0 में ही है, बिकॉज वी आर अनसर्टेन व्हाट इज गोइंग टू फॉलो नेक्स्ट। इफ यू रिमेंबर आई हैड टोल्ड यू, इफ वी आर अनसर्टेन दैट व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट सिंबल व्हिच इज गोइंग टू फॉलो, देयर इज नो पैटर्न ओवर हियर, देन इन सच अ केस वी हैव टू रिमेन इन Q0 ओनली। कल ही बताया था मैंने, कल की प्रॉब्लम में वही चीज यहाँ पे फॉलो हो रहा है। सो बेसिकली एज आई टोल्ड यू, अगर अभी टॉप पे एक्स है मतलब लास्ट सिंबल क्या रीड हुआ रहेगा? ओपनिंग राउंड ब्रैकेट। सेम वे ओपनिंग राउंड ब्रैकेट का करस्पॉन्डिंग वैल्यू क्या है? क्लोजिंग राउंड ब्रैकेट, राइट? सो इफ वी एनकाउंटर अ क्लोजिंग राउंड ब्रैकेट ऑन टॉप ऑफ एन एक्स, इट सिंपली मींस इफ वी पुश इफ वी पॉप दिस एक्स फ्रॉम द स्टैक, जो ओपनिंग राउंड ब्रैकेट था वो भी निकल जाएगा, बिकॉज वी आर फॉर्मिंग पेयर्स, राइट? सो दिस इज योर फर्स्ट पॉप ऑपरेशन। Am I clear? Do let me know if it is not clear. Similarly, for this opening square bracket, there has to be a closing square bracket. So, if we encounter a closing square bracket on top of a y, then we can come to a conclusion that we can pop that element from the stack. Is it clear? Are these two pop operations clear to you? Why we are doing this? Yes? Okay, what about others? Pratik, Shreyash, Dhruv, मानव, ईशा हैज सेड कि उसको समझा। ओके, व्हाट अबाउट अदर्स? ये 4-5 लोग ही क्यों दिख रहे हैं आज? आज हाँ, आई कैन सी न्यू फेसेस टुडे हु आर कमेंटिंग एक्चुअली। ओके, क्लियर, राइट? सो I hope this is clear. And finally, we need to go to the final state. We are in Q0 only. If the stack is empty, if the input is empty, we know how to go to the final state. So total 9 transitions are involved over here. And this is how you reach the final state. Clear? Somewhat tricky, but practice will make you perfect. Okay, so I hope this is clear now. Okay, we still have 10 to 12 minutes, but I am not sure if the question will be able to be completed. So I will just discuss the theory behind the next 2 questions. In the meantime, let me drop in the attendance link. Siddhi, yesterday also I discussed a change of state in this case will not be required. Why? Because we are totally uncertain कि अगला symbol क्या होगा. It can be somewhat like this. It can be somewhat like this also. There is no pattern, right? So if we change our state after each symbol, then what will happen? From Q0 we may go to Q1, from Q1 we may go to Q2, and that will go on till eternity. So that is why we are not sure what is the next thing, next input that is preceding. Okay, we are not sure what is the next pattern. That's why we are not changing our states. We are remaining in the same state Q0. That is what we call as a non-deterministic PDA, where we are not aware of what is the next set of symbol that is going to be arriving. Because in the previous case, as you saw, a raised to n, b raised to n, वहां पे हमें आइडिया था कि a के सारे टर्म्स पहले आएंगे, देन b के सारे टर्म्स बाद में आएंगे. But in this case, we are totally uncertain. That's why we are sticking to Q0 state and there is no change of state required. Am I clear? Okay. So I have already shared the attendance link. Let me discuss the next problems. The two problems. I will just discuss the type of problem they are. Question number 5 is all about an odd palindrome, and question number 6 is all about an even palindrome. Now you might be aware of what a palindrome is, right? Whatever we write, the reverse is also the same. So, for example, in this case, the palindrome is written somewhat like this. It is represented by WCWR, where W is nothing but it is a combination of A and B. So it can be any combination of A's or B's. Similarly, WR is nothing but the reverse. That is reverse of W. So for example, if the string W is somewhat like this ABB, then the palindrome WCWR would be somewhat like this ABBC, reverse of W, that is BBA, where WR will be reverse of W, that is BBA. So whatever we are having over here, obviously as you can see, this is a palindrome. But what about this C? C is nothing but the middle character. It just tells you that you have reached the middle of the string, and after that, whatever is present, that is nothing but the reverse of W. Yes, it's quite similar to the previous sum. Quite similar. It is again based on NPDA. That is a non-deterministic push-down automata. Again, PDA can be deterministic PDA as well as non-deterministic PDA. For example, problems like A raised to n, B raised to n, these are deterministic in nature. But the problems which doesn't have any particular pattern, those are NPDA, which simply means non-deterministic push-down automata. So logic बता मुझे क्या होगा इसका, and why is it even called as odd palindrome? It's clear that it is called as odd palindrome because the total length of characters is odd. As you can see, this was of character, this was of length 3, this was of length 3, and there is one middle character C which will ultimately turn the length of the entire palindrome to be odd. So total length क्या हो जाएगा 7. So we can say that the length of the entire string WCWR is odd. That is why it's called as an odd palindrome. Similarly, even palindrome is somewhat like this WWR. In this sort of a problem, we don't have a middle character C. C le lo, Z le lo, whatever the question is asked in the exam. In this sort of a problem, there is no middle character at all. क्वेश्चन क्या पूछा है, देख आयुष क्वेश्चन में क्या लिखा है, इट इज WCWR, where input का type ही दे दिया है, it has to be WCWR, and W is made out of A and B ना, C is part of the input where we have defined what is W. समझा अभी, क्वेश्चन ही वैसा फॉर्म किया है WCWR where W belongs to A, B और W is made up of A, B. समझा अभी. तो अभी सेकेंड वाले को देखो, सेकेंड वाले के केस में क्या है, इट इज नॉट हैविंग एनी मिडिल कैरेक्टर एट ऑल. सो द सेम क्वेश्चन अगर मैं लिखूं, दिस इज समवॉट व्हाट वी कॉल एज एन इवन palindrome. This is also a palindrome, but in this case the machine will be totally confused कब उसको पॉपिंग स्टार्ट करना है. या एक्चुअली मैंने वो थोड़ा छोटा सा लिखा है इसलिए सबस्क्रिप्ट लग रहा है वो. I'll rectify that. Okay, so have a look. In the case of an even palindrome, we don't know what is the middle string. Okay, so what happens is, odd palindrome पे तो बहुत simple है. What we can do is, we can keep on pushing all the values till C, and once we reach C, we can start popping. That is the most simplest logic, right? But in case of even palindrome, we don't know what is the middle string, and hence there has to be two separate paths. One path will keep on pushing and the other path will keep on popping. We'll discuss about these questions much in detail in the next lecture.